Hey everybody, welcome back to Havoc Maker Studio and FMP Wargamers. My name is John. I am your host, as you probably know, and I have here before me Juggernaut. I know a lot of people have been getting their Juggernauts from across the seas, like I got my X-23 and my lovely Honey Badger. And same thing has happened here with Juggernaut. So what does that mean for my pre-orders? Well, I'm going to turn those pre-orders into giveaways in the future, probably sometime near the end of this month of February 2022 or the beginning of March. And we're going to be hosting an event at a store, so we might just give away there, one of them there, and the other one here on the. Actually, you know what? I want to give them both away on the channel. You guys have been great at helping me grow the channel and supporting me and interacting with me in the comments below. And please go ahead and put a comment below. Make sure you hit a like on that or dislike. I prefer the like, obviously, but if you have to dislike, cool, do it. And if you can hit the subscribe button and share this to your friends, I super appreciate it, especially if you have your own kind of Facebook page where you share that, you know, like a fan page or a gaming page or network. Even if you're not here, like in Houston, I'd appreciate it if you share it out. It'd be great because everybody that's a subscriber that I can see who they are in their emails. So make sure you don't have it blocked when I do future giveaways. Again, it's only the people that I can see. If you're a subscriber and you've blocked your email, I can't include you, so sorry. I mean, I literally can't. I have no idea who you are because you don't show up. But we're not here to talk about that. So, ran into some problems with the X-23 and Honey Badger. Talked about that in the video yesterday. Also, I have a video, and I just like to quickly address, was the one about the Games Workshop stocks going down, their massive range of price increases. And some people point out, it's like a business, John. I'm like, yeah, duh. I get it. It's a business, guys. I get it. 100%. However, it's just very bad timing. There is no need for those price increases. And I encourage you to watch that video down below, especially if you're participating in a lot of Games Workshop. You guys know I'm a big fan of Games Workshop, and I'm kind of fed up with the prices and the constant edition changes. Instead of cleaning up how they do the games, they just kind of slap. I can't even remember the phrase, but they slap a guarantee on it and expect us to be okay with it. And every 3 years we're changing editions. That's very bad. That to me says it's a very unstable game, and their only goal is to gouge as much money as possible, which, hey, capitalism. Got it. But it's so blatant, it's so broken that it's like, come on, Games Workshop, you need to be better. You need to be a better company. You need to have better customer service. And right now they're not doing it. So take a look at that video. Let me know what you think about it. Very bad across the board, especially if you look at the gap in the past two editions within the past, 2017, 2018. So within the past 4 to 5 years, we've had two editions, and we've had about a $10 to $20 increase per product, depending on the product. It's ridiculous, especially when you take into account that when they ship it from the UK, we're paying about 20% more than what they pay in the UK, which is just ridiculous. For example, the Space Marine Intercessor box should be, according to exchange rates, give or take a couple dollars, just rounded up to $50. It should be $50 for 10 Space Marine Intercessors. Now we're paying $60. Well, come March 7th, we're going to be paying, I think it's $65. I'm pretty sure it's $65 now. So we're paying $15 more. And I get it. We have global shipping issues, cost of electricity, oil, all that stuff has gone up. The downside or the problem is that Games Workshop, like a lot of big companies like that, they're not going to walk back those price increases. After everything settles back down, prices dip for like those type of, I think they're called commodities, like electricity, gas, oil, all those things dip back down to safe, comfortable levels. Transportation, shipping, all that stuff goes back down to pre-pandemic levels. Retailers are not going to drop their prices back down. They're going to keep it at this hyperinflated price increases, which is bad. Anyways, watch that video because I don't want to harp on. I'm already 5 minutes into this video. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I want to talk about my boy, Kane Marco, the Juggernaut, and his relation to, or the model's relation to possible temporary trend from atomic mass games. I'll address that in some quote correspondence, not really correspondence, and them all of a sudden changing some things based on my correspondence, but not really. But I'm going to put it that way because it makes me feel, I did it. I championed for people for this thing that nobody probably even cares about. So Juggernaut, got him, right? Thank you also, by the way, for shipping them to me. You know who you are. I super appreciate it. So looking at Juggernaut, I've already opened the box, make sure all the contents are there. So I want to show you something. So first up, this is what we got. This is normally what the build instructions look like. You probably saw this on my X23 Honey Badger video yesterday. Yeah, it's a single piece of paper, high gloss, very shiny, very pretty colors, and high quality. Really for no reason. At this point, and I'll show you an example. I think they could draw back on this production right here. But this is great. It looks great. You get to give. It's a small staff, so you get to make sure everybody gets on there, and it's so cool. You get your name in print, and everybody gets to look at it. And then, oh hey, look at that, Andrew Dursum. I know that guy. I know him and Will Pagini. This is awesome. I know these people. I've actually played games with these people, hung out with them. Yay, people I know in the industry. All right, moving on. So this is what we get now for the build instructions. Let me show you previously what we were getting. Sorry, this one's a little wrinkly. This is the Ghostwriter Assembly Guide, and this is normally what the other page, the other side of the instructions would look like. So there's the nice shiny side with all the pretty pictures, and then you get this side with the instructions. And now we're getting this one with QR codes, redirect links, join our community, which, this is cool. But all this stuff right here, like join the community, read this first, all that stuff, you can just simply put that on this page. Very easy, and still fit everybody's name, give them credit, but give us the instructions. And even more so, if this is a cost efficiency thing, which I really think that's where it's kind of heading, why not do what Games Workshop does? Do a single piece of paper like you're doing right there in Atomic Mass Games. I know you're watching. I know at least one person watches the channel. I know this for 100% fact. All you have to do, and this is, now mind you, this is a Games Workshop 140,000 instruction guide I'm doing for a commission. You don't have to have page after page of instructions. You can just have one page, call it a day, congratulations, and you probably save a considerable amount of money. Even worst case scenario, I know this ships from China, just have one of the workers go down to the copy machine, put in a new ream of paper, and print off, whatever, it was like, 500 sheets in a ream, and then fold it up, whatever the process is. Do a black and white off of Google Docs or Microsoft Word, or if you want to use InDesign because you want to have fancy programs saying, well, we do this doing InDesign, we're industry professionals. And you can do everything you did there, except you're not putting on a high gloss paper and spending extra money. Congratulations. You don't even have to convey that cost savings to us. You just automatically saved yourself probably a lot of money. Once you look at it in the big picture. On an individual page, this is like maybe you go to Office Max, it's like 12 cents to do that, maybe 24 cents. That high gloss, I guarantee you, those are probably $1 to $2, maybe $1 to $3 for all that production. So, how does this tie in with Juggernaut? Well, I got Juggernaut in, and of course, we got this. I addressed this to Atomic Mass Games. Remember my correspondence? We'll get into that in just a moment. I'm a little displeased with this. I mean, I do everything here from my studio, but it's an inconvenience. And yeah, I'm expressing my and a lot of yours privilege, our gamers privilege, our capitalism privilege, whatever you want to call it, that we live in an era and in a country. Hopefully, you're in a country where we have the luxury of being upset by this. Now, mind you, I don't have pitchfork and I'm not going to be banning or protesting. It's just it's a disappointment and a minor inconvenience, and there's no back and forth like between from Atomic Mass Games, which is disappointing because Atomic Mass Games so far has been extremely open. Now sometimes a lot's going on, and we have to be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" And then they're like, "Hey, by the way, we've got together, we talked about it. This is what's going on, and we're conveying this to you. So thank you for your patience, your concern, and of course your fandom, which we are fans. I am a fan. You're a fan, or you will be a fan. So this is disappointing, and it doesn't stop here. And the main inconvenience thing is now we're requiring our people, and I'm not going to log on to my phone, but now, yeah, my phone's beat up a little bit. I just dropped it this morning. Now we have to log onto our phone or computer if you're working out of the studio like I am. But a lot of people will go to the game store. They want to hang out. They want to play some games. They want to hurry up and get their new shiny plastic toys built and ready to go. So now they've got to use their phone. They have to blow up these big images and scroll around, use up battery life, use up data, all that kind of stuff. And yes, there's a lot of free data plans, but not everybody has that. So back up a little bit. This is just a very inconvenient and slightly costly thing that they're pushing on to us. And this could be temporary. Still haven't heard back from my correspondence, but it's bad optics. It's, in my opinion, it's bad. It's an inconvenience, and of course, it's time consuming, energy consuming, money consuming, and it's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. They can totally bypass all that and save themselves money. So let's take a look at least at the amazing thick boy, and he is a thick boy. Now, mind you, I don't see too much thigh gap on this miniature, but he's got some thick thighs. This boy is a beefy. So I like Kane Marco. I am a super huge fan of him because he's a great villain, and then he's a great anti-hero, then he's a great hero, then a villain, and now he's back to being a hero. Hell, the Mutant Island Krakoa, he wasn't allowed to go because he wasn't a mutant, but in the upcoming X-Men comics, I forget which one of the new series, Professor X is going to approach him and go, hey dude, and I know we say no mutants here, but some of our mutants that have human spouses, we're letting the human spouses here, and you're my brother. You've done a lot of amazing, heroic things out there. You've done a great job out there changing who you are. And I should have done this in the first place. I should have invited you to the island, Mutant Paradise. You're welcome. I don't know exactly what's happened yet, but that's the gist of what's coming up. So anyways, super happy about that. I'm a big fan of him. And here's his other sprue bit. Like I said, he is a beefy boy. I think he's going to be beefier than the Hulk. I'll do a side by side. I am going to paint him in an alternate color scheme. I'm going to keep that silent, but I have an alternate color scheme that I really, really like. And because I know most people are going to go for the standard kind of brownish orange that he has right now. For those of you that are worried that you are stuck with this base, you kind of are, especially if you're not skilled, but in building models. But I might do a video building this model and showing what I'm going to do. But I can at least tell you this: looking at his feet, the feet when they connect, there's no gaps. Well, you might have to file some of the gaps, but you don't have to fill it up with like green stuff or mill put. They all have these little pegs that sink in with the base. So you don't have to put him on this base, especially if you want to do something different like I'm going to do. I just want you to understand that and see that. So really cool, super excited about this miniature. We do get his card, and I will do a review of him. I'm going to try to get a game in this weekend, and I want to get him and Honey Badger, maybe X23, but really I just want to see him and Honey Badger in the works. Get his cards going there. I love the fact that he actually has a dual side here, sitting at 16 health. He's a 5-point or a 5-threat character, but man, is this guy boss. So you'll probably be seeing him a lot on the tabletop. I think he's going to be a great component for a lot of teams out there. So we'll see. We'll see. So I was talking about my correspondence with Atomic Mass Games. Actually, my correspondence is merely just some, let's find it here, with their Facebook page. I'm going to get there. So merely, all I said was that, hey, are there going to be build instructions on the website? That was about 8 hours ago, so about 11 o'clock here Central Time. And I was like, why the heck why aren't you including the instructions? Why is there a QR code, all this stuff? They don't answer back. Totally understandable. I mean, who am I? I get that. So I go to the page before I put my next response, and within a few hours, look at that. And if you see that other video, see that this wasn't on there. CP71, X23, and Honey Badger are there. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Then Juggernaut, Colossus, Magic, and Rogue and Gambit appeared basically at the same time. So now, was that because of my correspondence with them? Probably not. But it could have been like, oh shit, somebody just called us out on that. Hey, Todd. I don't know if there's a Todd there. I better look at those list of people working there. Todd. If you're a George Carlin fan, you know what I'm talking about. Todd. Todd was probably a little slow on it, and they needed to get updated. This page needed to get updated, or they were waiting today, or till tomorrow, or maybe since I called him out, and other people probably called him out. They're like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it a day early because we like that guy John at Havoc Maker Studio. In fact, we're gonna reach out to him via Instagram or Facebook or here on YouTube or my email. Call me anytime, guys, and we'll basically do an interview with him because we'd love to talk about a lot of things Marvel Crisis Protocol related, and possibly give him a job as a playtester, or tell him you'll never be a playtester because you called us out on this stuff. Anyways, so I mentioned it again. I was like, I'm not being snarky when I'm talking to them, though it might come off as snarky because some of you know that I'm a little snarky, but it's like, hey, thank you for this, but is this, basically I want to know this, and I'm hoping that they'll interact because, like I said, Atomic Mass Games very good at opening up with us, revealing stuff. I mean, they do more than I think any other game company out there. Games Workshop is a close second, but Games Workshop does a lot of hidden stuff. They're the type to go, hey, look at the pretty stuff, and then not show you the bad stuff or just the stuff that we want to see, or Atomic Mass Games like, hey, here's the rules for these characters, and here's what they look like, and here's a badass preview video for some upcoming stuff. They knock it out of the water. Games Workshop, Warlord Games, just for example, Privateer Press, Corvus Belli, they should look to Atomic Mass Games on how to interact with the community. You can do a bang up job and keep people informed without revealing stuff you don't want to. Does that make sense? They do a fantastic job, and that's one of the reasons why I talk about them a lot. And I've switched gears from Games Workshop and a little bit of Corvus Belli to Atomic Mass Games because they just do a better job of customer fandom, whatever you want to call it, interactions. So let's take a look at that webpage. I already showed you that link in the QR code. So when you go there, you might want to go ahead and prep that instructions if you are picking these up this weekend, or if you're going to be winning those from my giveaway in the near future, you want to be prepped for it. So, excuse me, this is all the instructions are. And this is very easy. Games Workshop even does something like this where they have it's black and white page that whatever needs to be glued, they in the next step they'll color code it, or if it doesn't need to be glued in Games Workshop circumstances, some stuff you don't want to glue because it might have some sort of kung fu grip action type thing, but they'll do that in a different color. And this is very easy, black and white and a little bit of color, and it's probably extremely cheaper. And we might be seeing that in the near future. They're just waiting to change over the formats. I think it'll save them a considerable amount of money. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about that. I know it's not a big deal, but in a way, it's just like kind of a bad thing. But I do like these instructions because we also get to see ahead of time before we buy. It's like, do I want this model? Because like I think Rogue would be great. I do not like the fact that the fire explosion, whatever, where she's that's attached to her knee, foot, and shin. I don't like that it's attached to her right leg, so I'm probably not going to buy that model. Or I'll buy the model and just give it away, and then just get the rules. Or I think the rules will come out later. Maybe I'll get an alternate 3D sculpt. And I am going to say this. This is a bad pose for Gambit. I mean, it looks comic booky, but from a practicality standpoint, that's a bad throw. It's just a bad throw. He's off balance. He's not. You know what? I'm not going to get into kinesiology and all that kind of stuff. We're not even going to talk about that. But cool that we got Gambit. And some people are right. He probably should be in the criminal syndicate since he's part of the Thieves Guild. So what's up there, guys? Then we got Juggernaut. I mean, these are all relatively easy to put together, but for beginners or people without even a year of experience of putting together hundreds of models and cutting yourself and super gluing your fingers or your lips or whatever, yes, it has happened. It happened recently at a store. Not me. But these are relatively easy to put together. But for those newer people, these instructions are really good, especially when you have tiny components like Honey Badger here. For some reason, they had to I think it's just to kind of fill out the sprue. That's why there's a double face of the same face. But was it really necessary to have the head into 3 pieces? No. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Who am I, right? Who am I? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully we'll have some more stuff going on tomorrow, going into this weekend. There might be some slight delays within about a month and a half. I might be moving to a new location. The studio is not going to be stopping. We will just be taking probably a 2 or 3 day break, maybe 4 day for recovery, because I'll be lifting stuff and unpacking, all that kind of stuff. But in about a month and a half, I will be moving to a new location, whether that's Copley, Ohio, or Dallas, Texas, Anchorage, Alaska, or somewhere here in the Houston area. Don't know yet. We'll see what happens. It's a little stressful, but also kind of fun thinking about changing locations and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, we'll still be making the high quality videos, and we got a soundboard coming and some soundproofing. Those are coming, so some major improvements to the studio. Anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful evening. My name is John. This is Havoc Maker Studio and FMP Wargamers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button before you click off. Leave a like or dislike, and I appreciate the comments because I love to interact with you guys. Have fun gaming and hobbying as always. See you later.